It all comes down to fear. You know, when someone's really resisting something, like the rest of us, when we're resisting something, it's because there's something we're afraid of. When someone just is not able to face that, you can ask them, you need to ask them questions that allow them to articulate what it is you don't necessarily have to suggest anything or even suggest emotions. Ask them questions that help them say what it is that they're fearing. Okay, so Patty left the room. Jiggy looked down. Jiggy was Richard. Jiggy was his nickname. Looked down, uncomfortable and at a loss for what to say. I let there just be silence. And this is something that you can do. Let there be silence. You need to be comfortable with that uncomfortable silence. And I prayed for the right words to know how to help Jiggy get in touch with whatever was bothering him. Eventually, Jiggy looked up and said, "Can't you talk to God for me?" And I smiled and asked, "What would you like for me to talk to him about for you?" And he said, "Tell him I'm mad at him, that I don't want to die yet, to let me live. Tell him I'm not ready." And I said, "Do you think he doesn't know that?" "Well, if he knows, why is he doing this to me? Why is he punishing me?" I asked, "Is he doing that? Is he doing this? Do you think he's punishing you with cancer?" Jiggy thought for a minute and said, "I just don't know. Why is this happening? I don't want to die." I said, "I don't know why it's happening. We don't know why cancer strikes where it does, or any other illness, why it takes some people at a younger age. We don't have answers for that. But do you think that there is something for which you deserve God's punishment that makes you think he is punishing you?" Long pause. I just waited. I could see that he was thinking and very uncomfortable. Jiggy eventually said, "I have done some pretty awful things, sister. I mean, really terrible. Patty knows that. I do deserve to be punished." I just met his eyes as he spoke and nodded with conscious intention to be open and reassuring without saying anything. When it was clear he did not know what else to say, I asked, "So besides the pain of leaving your family, when that time comes, whenever it's going to be, do you think maybe you're afraid to face God and mad because you have to acknowledge things you are not proud of in your life?" He did not hesitate. "Yes." Then he said, "Do you think God will forgive me?" I paused and smiled and said, "Yes, I do. I believe he is just waiting for you to turn to him. He is always there waiting." And then over the course of literally the next 24 hours, he was open to having a priest come. And when he finished that conversation, when he went out, he was a new man. He basically was able to get in touch with the reality. He was afraid of God. And that is usually the case. I could tell you story after story after story. It does eventually come back to what we are afraid we're going to get what we deserve.